Okay, so first cruise, never done one before, based in Dorset in the UK, and this video is all about the sail away party. Is it as raunchy as everybody thinks Virgin Voyages is? Well, to start off, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about Virgin. It is funny, there is a lot of innuendos, but they really thought about the last little 1%, the last little bits that make something really special and really amazing. You know, it's definitely on the more risque side of things, but I wouldn't say it's raunchy. We didn't get approached by any swingers, but if you want to find out how to make the most of your sail away party, stick around and watch this video. So first of all, what is the sail away party? And as you might have noticed, this is definitely not the Caribbean. We've just got back from Resilient Lady. Tis the season sail, so a holiday sail on Resilient Lady. It was awesome. And what I'm going to talk about today is what is the sail away party? It's a party celebrating the sailing away of the boat. It actually happens usually just a bit before you actually sail away. Pretty icy here, so I'm just going to step over all of that. And it happens on deck 15 and 16. Predominantly, the major part of the party happens around the pool on deck 15, but various members of the Happenings cast, I'll come to them in a minute, are on deck 16. So for example, the hostess and various members of the Happenings cast. And what they call the influencers are kind of based around the pool, and they do a dance on the 15th deck. So what is it and how do you take advantage of it? Well, first thing is free champagne.
And who doesn't like free champagne? And I'm going to cover that in a little bit.
Okay, so who is the Happenings cast? The Happenings cast, from what I'm told, because I've never been on another cruise, are like the cruise director broken into many people, and they don't do annoying announcements over the tannoy system. But what they do is they head up lots of different individual aspects of entertainment. From Chris the Charmer, who does magic, and secret tip for you, if you can find him on one of his very small kind of shows that he does around the boat, he might invite you to a secret party, and that is awesome. You're not allowed to video it, your phones get locked away, but it happens in a secret location in the crew quarters. It was very cool. We were very excited to get invited to that. So Chris, if you're watching, I'm sure you're not, that was epic. So there's people who do all sorts of stuff. So there was Sean the Gamer, who is in charge of all the games they do around the boat, like college beer pong and salty trivia quizzes. There's the foodie, there's the balancer. So they have these host of people who make sure that the entertainment is on point, and they kind of head it up. And they're super fun individuals, they're professional entertainers, and they just made the cruise amazing. And then the group is kind of headed up by the hostess. On our trip, it was Millie the hostess. I'm going to cut to it now.
Welcome everybody to the Resilient Lady, to our extra special holiday voyage. Are you ready to set sail? Well, that is what I like to hear. If you have just joined us, allow me to introduce myself. I am the one, the only, Millie the hostess.
And she was awesome. And if you get a chance to see her show, she does cabarets around the ship in different bars. The show on the rocks, Millie, if you're watching from the Isle of Wight, yeah, we're from a pretty similar place to you. That was amazing. Your voice was amazing. So that's the Happenings cast. And really the sail away party is a chance for you to get to know the Happenings cast. And do get to know them, because like I said, they have these secret parties. And if you get to know them, you get to get invited to the secret parties. And then around the pool, they have a part of the Happenings cast called the influencers. And these guys are just amazing dancers. My favorite is Andre. He does amazing backflips. So try and catch up with them, see their shows. And on Scarlet Night, they're about the boat, and they're gonna make Scarlet Night amazing for you. We'll come to Scarlet Night on a new video, but that is the Happenings cast. And basically the sail away party is a chance for you to get to know them, get charged up, and really get into the spirit of Virgin Voyages. Okay, we're definitely cracking through the mud and ice now. We're not in the Caribbean. So next thing, when does it happen? So it happens typically sometime between 5 and 5:45. So it will say it in your itinerary, which is on your app, which if they haven't fixed by now was probably the worst thing about Virgin Voyages was the app, how glitchy it is. But if that's the worst thing, then, you know, that's pretty cool. But they also have paper copies all over the boat. We used to pick ours up at the grounds club in the morning, and there'll be one in your boat, one in your cabin when you get on board. But get a paper copy, and that tells you when everything's happening, especially on the first day. And that will tell you when the sail away is happening for your cruise. Get there 5 minutes before, they start handing out champagne. You'll hear the music ramping up, and you'll see everybody gathering around it. Now, big tip for you on this is from the Doddles, and that's gonna happen in the next bit. So as you've probably seen, this is a brand new channel, and it would really help if you gave a subscribe and a like, and let me know if this is the kind of thing that you want to see more of. The videos that we saw before we went on a Virgin Voyages really helped us, and the idea behind this is to help anybody else out who's going on a Virgin Voyages to know the secret tips and tricks, so it's not massively overwhelmed when you first get on board, and you get to make the most of it, because let's face it, it's pretty expensive. So it basically happens between deck 15 and 16. I know I already covered that, but there's a really good tip, and people who actually do this tip best is our favorite creators who we learned so much from. And this isn't like a paid partnership, I'm not getting paid by them, but their videos are literally the best, I think, along with Where is CL. But theirs is the Doddles, and it's below, and they have a great tip. And their tip is, if you want to be involved in the sail away party, get there early and get a day bed around the pool. And that way you get to dance with the influencers, you get to be in the action. If you're not sure, like me, because you're middle-aged and you live on a farm in Dorset, and really, this was our first cruise, we had no idea what to expect, we're a little bit worried about it all, then maybe stay on deck 16 and look down. There's champagne everywhere, like I said. And then if you want to, you can go down and get into the action later. That's the best tip that we had, is from the Doddles. And Where in the World is CL also has amazing tips. So both those creators are linked below. Watch their videos, they're brilliant. There is free champagne. And like I said, that's one of the reasons they hold this thing, in my opinion, is to give away free champagne and get you in the spirit of it. So like I said, the champagne is given out all around the party. So you can get it from deck 16 and you can get it from deck 15, so you don't have to worry. But you can take as much as you want. We saw one group of guys who their goal was to see how many glasses of champagne they could drink before the sail away party stopped. You don't have to do that, but you can take 2, you can take 3, walk around with it. It's good champagne. We had a really good laugh, met lots of people. And also grab a glass, because the happenings cast come around, introduce themselves and drink their glasses with you. And that's super fun. Now, I'm getting a bit out of breath walking up this hill and trying to talk at the same time. So, apologies about that. So what happens after? What happens after the sail away party? Well, go for dinner, get things done. My advice, if you haven't been on it before, this again was from the Doddles, is get yourself on the grog walk.
Okay, so post-edit future Jim here. I completely forgot to add that you've also got the pyjama party that night. So before the grog walk, which I'm just about to talk about, you've actually got this epic pyjama party, and we took some really fun Christmas or holiday season, if you're in America, pajamas. I completely forgot about that. I'll cover it in another video, but the pyjama party comes later, and it happened in the manor that night, and so we ended up on the grog walk in the manor for the pyjama party, but completely forgot to say that on this video.
The grog walk it was $50 I think on our cruise per person, but so worth it. You go around a number of bars. I think we did 5, maybe 4 or 5 bars, I think 5 bars. They have games at each bar that you play to get you to know your other sailors. And if, like us, you were maybe a little bit worried or a bit shy about what was going to happen, then it's a really good thing just to get involved with. Get on it, get into the kind of whole spirit of things. And we ended up at the Manor, which is the nightclub, where we finished in the VIP room with another cocktail from the Happenings cast. We were taken around by Karina the Balancer. You were awesome. And also Andre, one of the influencers, the Hype, I think it's called. Anyway, we ended up in the Manor, and for people who live on a farm in Dorset who don't really party that much, ended up crawling out the manor with margaritas at about 2 in the morning. So yeah, a really great experience. We met loads of really cool people. Shout out to Dee, you were awesome. And that's it really, that's the sail away party. Brilliant first night. Make sure you pack liquid IV for the morning after. If you're on a short cruise, you're probably gonna be doing another party the night afterwards. And that's it. Thanks guys, so just wanna say that kind of normal YouTube thing, subscribe and like, it really helps. Thanks so much, see you on the next one.